What's going on, champs and chambits? It's FireMonkey here, and the hotfix update for the brand new Fortnite season has officially released, and with it we got two brand new items. Firstly, we have the sticky grenade launcher, and we have the shield breaker EMP grenades, both of which you can find normally around the game. Regarding the shield EMP, or shield breaker EMP, which we'll be talking about first, it is something that you can only find in normal chest and from heist bags, but it will also be sold by the upcoming May NPC in the very near future for 50 bars. It can stack up to 6 per slot, it can explode fishing spots, does 70 shield damage, 0 actual HP damage, and will disable a lot of items for 25 seconds. Those items being things like this laser grid right here, defense turrets like the one all the way back there, cameras, deployable turrets, cars, vending machines, hotspot drones, and shield bubbles, even though shield bubbles aren't currently enabled. So to kind of showcase this, what I'm going to do is stand in the middle of all of this and activate the EMP grenade so you can watch it do overshield damage and normal shield damage, as well as disabling everything around me for, 25 seconds. So as we use it right here, it brings us down to 5 shield, and it disables the whole entire laser grid for 25 seconds, meaning that, I have all the time in the world to kind of run back and forth between here without activating a lockdown or anything like that. It is a very, very interesting item that I do think is going to have a lot of useful impacts on players and everything else, and luckily we found even more, so I can show you how it deactivates other items as well, since there are some unique animations to some things. So if we go all the way over here and, for example, try deactivating, I don't know if we'll get the camera as well, but if we try deactivating at least, this turret right here, you can see that it actually goes into hiding. Now, we didn't manage to get the actual camera, but if we got the camera, all it would have really done is just kind of, turned off slowly. The little light on it would turn off, and it would stop moving around for 25 seconds. But I do think it's very interesting to see how the actual, security turret had a unique animation towards it regarding how it is actually going to be used, and how it actually goes into hiding so, it wouldn't take as much damage or whatever else, whatever way they want to play it into the whole entire story for everything going on here. But of course, it isn't the only thing you can disable, because you can also disable vehicles for 25 seconds as well. If we go ahead and start driving in this vehicle for a little bit, just to make sure it's actually moving, and then as we're going downhill, we go in the passenger seat and we throw an EMP on the vehicle, yes, it will do that shield damage. It won't do any actual health damage, but it disables the battery for 25 seconds, meaning that if the vehicle is going forwards, it will continue to roll down that hill or whatever else, but in terms of actual player control, you can't do anything. I'm pressing W on my keyboard, activating auto run. Nothing's going to work until that 25 seconds actually expires, so it's a very, very interesting way they're actually playing on the whole entire system in order to make the weapon a lot more useful than it might have originally been. Now, as we go ahead and find vending machines so we can show off the final part of the EMP grenade, we do have some new augments that got enabled or re-enabled with today's update that hopefully by spending a lot of bars we can actually showcase to you guys. So firstly, we have explosive surplus, which is something you're going to be wanting to use a lot for that sticky grenade launcher. It gives you rocket ammo and you gain additional rocket ammo through opening containers and everything else, which I actually think I'm going to go ahead and take. So for the next few augments, we will go ahead and open up our augment menu here to kind of showcase them to you guys. If they show up. Okay, they do show up here. We have high voltage, which is a new looting augment that instantly gives you a business turret and shield breaker EMPs, and every elimination you get gives you one more shield breaker EMP grenade to kind of throw down. So that is a very interesting way of Epic Games, kind of really changing up the loot pool and everything else. In terms of, cool little side augments, we also got this update. We got Storm Chaser, which reduces the amount of stamina drained while sprinting, and it further reduces it while you're in the storm, which is an augment that I feel I'll just be taking all the time. And then for an augment that got unvaulted, it's actually right next to this being roaming redeploy, which gives you glider redeploy whenever you gain immunity to fall damage, such as exiting vines, grind rails, zip lines, or using hop flowers and that type of stuff. So it's interesting to see how we're getting a lot of these new augments we're getting a lot of new augments with today's hotfix update, and we're even getting the return of old augments as well. I have seen people on Twitter being like, well, why would they disable the augment if they're just going to bring it back a week later anyways? But I think, even if it was disabled for a short amount of time, it's not the craziest, downside thing to see happen with Fortnite, and there's a lot of other things to really kind of complain about. Now, regarding the actual, can I find vending machine? Oh yeah, the vending machine's right here. So regarding actually using the shield breaker EMP on the vending machine, as you can see, we can use it like normal and everything, but if we throw this on the vending machine, it actually spits out 150 bars. I was not expecting that. Okay. and you know, it kind of just malfunctions for a little bit there, and it did not last for 25 seconds, but you can use shield breaker EMP grenades to make it so that those actual vending machines spit out bars at you. Apparently I thought it was going to make the vending machine malfunction or whatever, but you know what, I'm completely fine with that actually caught me off guard. Okay, but in terms of other stuff kind of going on here, we of course have to talk about the sticky grenade launcher that was enabled with today's update as well. This is a very interesting weapon because unlike the shield breaker EMPs that can only be found from normal chest and from heist bags, the the sticky grenade launcher can be found from hotspot drones, floor loot, hollow chest, normal/rare chest, and heist bags, meaning that you'll find this a lot more common than you will shield breaker EMP grenades. It will shoot sticky grenades that deal 70/74 damage to players per hit, you know, depending on the rarity, but it will also do 268/281 damage to builds based on the rarity. So if we go ahead and go over here and make this so it has 300 HP and then we actually shoot it on it, you'll notice how it goes all the way down to 22, making it a very, very effective explosive and kind of making it so explosives can actually destroy structures once again. Now, in terms of actual player damage, you know, since there's no enemies around me, I say while I see like a million gunshots on my screen to kind of give you a visual indicator. Keep in mind we have overshield. I will shoot this on my foot and you will notice how it completely cracks the overshield and does around like 15 damage to my normal health as well, adding up to a total of like 70, you know, around 70 to 74 damage. So it definitely is a very useful weapon in order to actually get some easy damage done on some enemies. And then we'll go ahead and do it on some enemies over here so you can kind of get like some damage indicators popping up for you guys. I didn't want to use the actual thing there, so if we shoot them with it and it attaches onto them, it will actually go ahead and do 10 damage, and then when it explodes, it does an additional, you know, like 65 damage on top of it. So it is a very interesting explosive to use in the game, and you can easily get some eliminations with it. This will also count for, you know, your explosive milestones or legacies, whatever you want to call it, whereas some other weapons, such as, you know, C4s, don't actually properly count for that. So it's a very interesting, you know, weapon to use in the game. It's a nice way to get an extra accolade unlocked for your character. And of course, it's not something that you're just going to be able to use on enemies because, as you can see, it explodes, meaning those walls in the heisted locations over here at Eclipsed, you know, Estate and everything else that, you know, require you to either use a rocket ram to go through it, C4 or anything else, you can actually explode those walls with the sticky, you can explode those walls with the sticky grenade launcher, and it will actually allow you to kind of breach through all those locations with a lot of ease. And I think, you know, just overall knowing we have an augment that gives you some rocket ammo, and knowing how we have a pretty decent, you know, flow going on here in terms of like how the weapon works and everything else, makes it one of my favorite weapons added with the new update, just because I feel like it's something that I'm just going to use a lot regarding going to actual heisted locations, but also just kind of shooting at enemies, because I think it's fun whenever you shoot it at an enemy and it gets stuck onto their body in a way where they have to just kind of like panic run around and be like, why can't it come off, blah 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 blah, you know. So if we can go over here real quickly and eliminate this turret, because Jesus, I hate the turrets, thank you very much. We'll go ahead and try finding one of those spots where you can bust through with the actual rocket ram to showcase, you know, how it actually is going to function. If there's one of those spots nearby, I actually don't know if this location has many of those spots, except for the one that we already broke earlier today in the video, you know, when I actually started the video, so it was kind of off camera. Let's go ahead and kind of run up here real quickly and see if we can find that though. But yeah, you know, it's definitely a very, very interesting hotfix update. It is kind of weird how it was supposed to release yesterday but got delayed by a whole entire day and then eventually finally released or whatever else, but you know, it's finally here. It's something for us to actually enjoy. It's content updates, and you know, it's nice to see that they enabled 2 weapons for the price of 1 entire update. And we actually managed to find ourselves one of those little spots, so we're going to go ahead and go over here, get some extra, you know, rocket ammo. Oh, we're actually full on it. We're going to go back a little bit here, and we're going to shoot it on the spot. As you can see, it destroys it. We're able to go through it perfectly fine. And we have an enemy waiting outside. What's up, dude? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well, because you're getting completely exploded. So I'd love to hear in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this hotfix update? I think it's a lot nicer, even though Epic Games been a little weird with hotfix updates recently, to be completely honest. I think it's not. Okay, yeah, you got to watch out. If you actually stick them, they could definitely just run straight towards you and try to just bomb you with the actual explosive itself. I need to be careful here because I'm losing some or I guess some health, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, you know, I think that this is definitely one of the better hotfix updates we've seen recently. Even if Epic's been weird about it, you know, at least we didn't just get like, oh hey, here's one weapon and that's it. They went ahead and made it so you got a new weapon, you went ahead and got 4 new augments, you got a new shield breaker, you know, consumable throwable item, and you just got a lot of stuff kind of added on top of each other to make it so, you know, it's a fully fleshed out update instead of just, you know, oh, you know, here's a weapon because it's used in a challenge. We got a weapon that also isn't used in any challenges as of yet, being, you know, the sticky grenade launcher, but is still enabled for us to enjoy and have fun with. So I think that this has been a pretty solid update, assuming I don't go ahead and die here. That's a 5-tick damage storm. Hold on. Okay, I want to make sure I can save myself here. There we go. This is a scuff video, but hey, we're making it out alive. Well, actually, I want this. Please tell me I can get it. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, I think this has been a pretty useful update. Now, regarding the reload time, if you're curious about specifics for the sticky grenade launcher, it is around 6.27 seconds. For the legendary, or is this legendary or epic? Yeah, it is the epic version. So the epic version has a 6.27 second reload time, and then the actual, you know, legendary version has a 5.94 second reload time. So it is nice to see that, you know, the reload time, while it is a pretty lengthy one, is a pretty understandable one for the type of weapon it is. With that said, however, I hope you champs and champettes are excited to kind of get out there and enjoy the new content update. I know that I'm definitely enjoying it. You know, it's given me a reason to kind of play Battle Royale right now and everything else when I've gotten a lot of those challenges kind of completed and out of the way. And I'll definitely be grinding out some Fortnite after I actually upload today's video, so I hope you champs and champettes have a wonderful rest of your day. If you did, consider subscribing to support the content I create. Well, I mean, if you enjoyed the video, that is. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.